Breckenridge Outdoors is brought to you in part by Ranger Boats, by Jim Walter Homes, building together to save you money, by Daiwa, committed to total quality, and by Red Man Chewing Tobacco, sponsors of the Red Man Tournament Trail.
Folks, this week we're going bass fishing on the Talahatchie River. Talahatchie runs through northern Mississippi, and it's some of the finest bass fishing you ever saw, right on the river, especially this time of year in the early fall. I'm going to start off by using a Strike King spinnerbait, chartreuse with a gold blade. The water is what some people would call stained, but actually it's just right for spinnerbait fishing. This time of year the fish are coming up shallow. They'll be around the logs, the drifts, or anything that you can find that is some type of structure on the river, brush or anything like that. Try and throw in close to the bank as possible, and in around these little dead pockets in behind the logs and the drifts and this sort of thing. The fish I'm going to be fishing for today is largemouth bass. You find a lot of largemouth bass above the Sardis Reservoir on the Talahatchie River. I'm sure that a lot of us overlook the fact that you can catch a lot of fish, especially in the fall, in early fall like it is now, on the many streams and rivers that is all through Mississippi and all through the Mid-South. This is some of the finest fishing you can get into all year, is fishing with these largemouth on the streams and rivers. We'll be right back.
Bill Dance, Roland Martin, and Rayo Breckenridge have teamed up with Mr. Twister Lures, Keeper Bait Company, and DuPont Strand to offer you a Field Tester's Lure Package that's valued at more than $35. It's yours for only $19.95. That's right, just $19.95 plus $2.05 postage and handling for a lure offer worth more than $35 retail. The Field Tester's Kit is packed with 150 Mr. Twister lures, including 50 Budline worms, plus an assortment of sassy shad, lizards, and grubs. There's also a 10-pack of Keeper Concept hooks, an 8-ounce bottle of Keeper Bait Company's revolutionary new Fish Formula 2, and a 100-yard spool of Strand fishing line. In addition to Strand's knot tying booklet, fishing tips booklet, and $2 gift certificate, good towards the purchase of more Mr. Twister products. A total retail value of more than $35 for just $22, including postage and handling. Send check or money order to Cinesport, Post Office Box 139, Little Rock, Arkansas 72203. A money order will speed shipment of your order. Allow 4 weeks for delivery.
You're right. It sure is a pretty lake.
It sure is. My lot's right over there. We thought we were going to have a house on it by now, but with the high cost of building and interest rates out of sight, there's just no way.
Well, my boy, I can see you hadn't been watching the Jim Walter Homes commercials on my show. You can build now. They'll build for you and finance at only 10% annual percentage rate.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Have you been stymied trying to build on your property because of high construction costs and the high rate of financing? Then take a look at Jim Walter Homes. We'll build for you to almost any stage up to 90% complete, and financing only 10% annual percentage rate. A rate that most likely will cut your payments nearly $100 per month. Call Jim Walter for details, 1-800-237-2771. It's a free call. In Florida, 1-800-282-2789. Or call your local Jim Walter office.
Coming up. Oh. Come up here, little one. He's been rooting around in the logs over here on the bank and got a little sore place, a little chunk under here. Get off here. All right, there ought to be another one about right there. Maybe it's another one there where I caught that one. No. Oh, he's hungry. Let me back up a little. He's still on there. I can get back. I don't believe I'm going to be able to get back. There he's coming up. Finally. I thought if that fish had got off, I would have swore he'd have weighed a ton. He got under a trot line or something on me. Well, I had him hooked good. A little chunk. He's slipping down a trot line or something here, limb in the water. I couldn't do much with him. He was really down in there. There he is, coming right out of that top. Oh, he's strong, he thinks he is. Whew. In this river, I thought he weighed 3 or 4 pounds. Oh, they're strong in here. Little chunk. Take another one of them. Take another one of them. Oh, they're hanging tight on that structure, the brush, the little logs. Anything they can get around waiting for that bait fish to come by. Especially if it's got a little dead place on it. There's more monofilament line in there. He got off. Trying to come up over the line and limb. He hit it. And keep disturbing it. Uh-oh. I got the limb, the monofilament line, got my trolling motor in it. Just about everything I possibly could do. Sort of gives you an idea of that, how close those fish are in there. Right in the brush. I catch one here about 3 foot of line out. I got them disturbed, but as well move on down here just a little ways. Come up out of that log. Well, they're the toughest rascals I ever saw. You know, we always talk about how these river fish are so much stronger than lake fish, and I really believe that. These river fish had to hesitate till I thought I was going to get me a fish. River fish seem to be just tougher for any other reason than fighting the current all the time.
You know, natural light's the beer with the taste for food. And it doesn't take much guessing to tell which food's my favorite. Now, Natural Light and I've got an offer that's going to help you catch those big bass. It's our latest book, Bass and Objects. It'll tell you exactly how, when, and where to catch plenty of bass. You'll also get my new Natural Light recipe book with ideas on how to cook them up. Plus this 6-pack of my favorite Strike King lures, buzz baits, spinner baits, and aquatic spoons. A 100-yard spool of DuPont strand, a knot book, and an 8-ounce bottle of new Formula 2 that attracts fish by scent. It's the secret of some of the best-known fishermen in the country. And to top it off, there's this handsome Natural Light cap and patch. Now here's how to order.
You can order this complete package, a retail value of over $50 for only $22.95 by calling 1-800-453-1983. Get this special offer from Bill Dance and Natural Light by calling toll-free 1-800-453-1983. That's 1-800-453-1983.
Let's settle in here, all right? I'm guessing that they're hiding right out in this grass. Watch me, partner. It's all in the wrist. Oh, I got bit. Big. Game on in. Let's get a look at that hog. Oh, nice meeting you, big guy.
The Red Man reaction. Satisfaction.
To help you catch fish like these this year, the folks at Strike King are constantly improving their famous family of lures, like this new living rubber spinnerbait skirt that really looks different in the water, and this open loop line tie that finally eliminates line twist while providing twice the vibration of other spinnerbaits, or these individually hand-tied bootlegger jigs. There's also a brand new 1/8-ounce mini Buzz King, a lure that fishermen everywhere have asked for. Quality Strike King lures, now they're even better, and that's saying a lot.
They come right to the boat. I got him on about a 4-foot cast. I'm gonna have to back up a little. Gonna have to back up a little. I'll turn around, hit that spot again there. There you go. Oh, missed him. Missed him. Right out of the center of the top. Boy, he got a mark or two on. Little fungus. Get back off of it here. When I'm catching them, they're running right straight to the boat. You know, this water, as stained as it is, it's just right for spinner baiting, and you can get pretty close, get in a lot more cast. By the time you stick the hook in one, he's under the boat on you, but real quick. Sort of notice here that I'm really doing a slow retrieve on this reel. That's for a reason. That's where these fish are hitting. The water's not this cold. Ain't gonna do it. I'm using a very slow retrieve on this, trying to throw right in all the brush and logs, as thick as stuff as I can find, especially if you got that little dead pocket right in behind the log of the brush. Well, the water turned back, go back upstream against the current. We got that dead pocket there. Seems to be for these fish wanting to hang out there real shallow. Most of these fish are hitting the first foot or two from the bank. I'm trying to throw all the way to the bank. If you got something between you and a boat, it's a good idea just to hold your retrieve and work it slow to that, especially if it's got slack water in behind it. But after I pull it about 10 feet, 5 to 10 feet from the bank, I just speed the retrieve up and bring the bait to the boat and go to the next place. Up in the river here, in the Talahatchie, there's so much logs, windfalls, stumps, brush of every type. you don't have no problem at all picking out a target. The banks are just literally lined in most places with some type of timber or windfall or where the water's washed things off the bank. I thought he was going to come back, but he's not going to. One more time. That's well, move on. There he is. Come up. Come on. Come on up out of there. Oh, these old Talahatchie River fish are some kind of tough here in this current. Take it a little bit easier with the next fish. I pitched him a little bit hard. He got me over a limb. Come up over that. Come on. Come on, fish. Yeah. Logs, trees, and all. I tell you what, with spinnerbait, naturally, like I was talking about, you want to throw in those little dead pockets, but you also want to throw in all the brush that you possibly see. Don't be afraid to throw every bit of it, working over slow, letting it fall all the time. And those fish will lay right in behind those little dead pockets at all times, most of the time. All right, slow it right down, coming right to the log. He ought to be about there. There he is. Come out. Come up. Come up. Oh, look at that. Try and climb a log. Now you're going under the boat. I want to get down here low on that one. Chunk. I tell you, I was mentioning about throwing over these logs and stuff with a spinnerbait over every one you can throw. Notice the long arm on this spinnerbait here will really help you do that. Makes it just about weedless. It does help at times. That sounds like good enough there. Missed him. Get back where he's at. Come on, fish. Come on, fish. There you go. Come on, boy. Come on up out. There you go. Ha, 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 yeah. You notice on these better fish that I always go down to get my thumb in their mouth. I don't reach over the boat and pull them up like that. Pretty nice little fish. Little one, that's a good fish, anytime. What, 4.5 to 5 pounds? I'm gonna take it a little bit easier with him, with her. That's gotta be a her as big as she is. There's some slack water. gosh, come up. Come up over it. Oh, I got him strung up. Oh, another one. Come on in here. He fought himself down under the bushes. Come over here. Boy, you know what I'm saying, chunky. They are tough here on the Talahatchie River. Might remind you folks that this is the Talahatchie River. It runs a long way, starting up somewhere around New Albany, Mississippi. There's a lot of streams and rivers stretched out all through northern Mississippi that you can catch a lot of fish on this time of year, early fall like this, using spinnerbaits and crankbaits. And you sure are missing a lot of good fishing by not fishing some of these streams and rivers, especially this time of year. It can be really good. And these river fish, like these Talahatchie River fish, bass, can be some kind of tough.
You're right. It sure is a pretty lake.
It sure is. My lot's right over there. We thought we were going to have a house on it by now, but with the high cost of building and interest rates out of sight, there's just no way.
Well, my boy, I can see you hadn't been watching the Jim Walter Homes commercials on my show. You can build now. They'll build for you and finance at only 10% annual percentage rate.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Have you been stymied trying to build on your property because of high construction costs and the high rate of financing? Then take a look at Jim Walter Homes. We'll build for you to almost any stage, up to 90% complete. And financing, only 10% annual percentage rate. A rate that most likely will cut your payments nearly $100 per month. Call Jim Walter for details, 1-800-237-2771. It's a free call. In Florida, 1-800-282-2789. Or call your local Jim Walter office.
You know, there's nothing like a classic. Elegant lines, the finest quality, craftsmanship in every detail. Now, this is a classic, too. It's the famous Ranger bass boat. Every line, every detail says quality. Just what you'd expect from the people who pioneered modern boat design. If you could have any bass boat in the world, this is the one you'd choose. Ranger. There's nothing like a classic.
A lot of fishing reels wind up with backlash. Now there's one that won't. Magforce from Daiwa. Turn up the magnetic spool control, and backlash is just about impossible. Turn down the dial, and you're in control of one of the longest casting, most accurate bass reels anywhere. Get the Magforce anti-backlash system from Daiwa. It's the outfit that lets you tangle with your fish, not your line.
Rayo
Breckenridge Outdoors has been brought to you in part by Ranger Boats, by Jim Walter Homes, building together to save you money, by Daiwa, committed to total quality, and by Red Man Chewing Tobacco, sponsors of the Red Man Tournament Trail. Cinesport also gratefully acknowledges these other sponsors that help make our show possible. We hope you've enjoyed Rayo Breckenridge Outdoors, and we invite you to join us again next week at this same time. Rayo Breckenridge Outdoors is brought to you in part by Ranger Boats, by Jim Walter Homes, building together to save you money, by Daiwa, committed to total quality, and by Red Man Chewing Tobacco, sponsors of the Red Man Tournament Trail.
Bill Dance, Roland Martin, and Rayo Breckenridge have teamed up with Mr. Twister Lures, Keeper Bait Company, and DuPont Strand to offer you a Field Tester's Lure Package that's valued at more than $35. It's yours for only $19.95. That's right, just $19.95 plus $2.05 postage and handling for a lure offer worth more than $35 retail. The Field Tester's Kit is packed with 150 Mr. Twister lures, including 50 Budline worms, plus an assortment of sassy shad, lizards, and grubs. There's also a 10-pack of Keeper Concept hooks, an 8-ounce bottle of Keeper Bait Company's revolutionary new Fish Formula 2, and a 100-yard spool of Strand fishing line. In addition to Strand's knot tying booklet, fishing tips booklet, and $2 gift certificate, good towards the purchase of more Mr. Twister products. A total retail value of more than $35 for just $22, including postage and handling. Send check or money order to Cinesport, Post Office Box 139, Little Rock, Arkansas 72203. A money order will speed shipment of your order. Allow 4 weeks for delivery.
Tasting and less filling. So they call it the beer with the taste for food. Well, it doesn't take much guessing to tell you which food's my favorite. Throw a couple of fish in the skillet, pop open a cold Natural Light, and you're talking my idea of a perfect day. And coming up real soon, Natural Light and I'll have some great promotional offers for you good folks who love fishing as much as I do. So keep your eyes open, keep on fishing, and when it's time to cook up that catch, what's more natural than Natural Light?
GMC's economical S15, our new small truck, has some news that's definitely big. The new GMC S15 Club Coupe with extra carrying space inside. Then there's the S15 Long Bed with its roomier cargo box. And the new sports-minded GMC S15 Jimmy, all available with Instatrack 4-wheel drive and V6 power. GMC's S15s, 4 little rigs with a name that says trucks. GMC, trucks are what we're all about.
He's called the mystery fish because only a few fishermen seem to know where to find him. He's caught mostly during the winter on cloudy days when there's a chill in the air. He keeps his whereabouts pretty much a secret and has a wild and ferocious look about him.
there's a lot of different ways to fish for sauger here. Most of them is the rigs similar to what I'm using. I really didn't here and show you what type of rod that I prefer, and most people I think do. I use a spinning rod. It's got a lot of backbone in it here, but a sensitive tip. And I like that sensitive tip for the feel. I use a small diameter line. This will do to the watercolor. Try to match it to the watercolor, but I always use a light line like a 6 to a 10, regardless of what color the water is, to get the water resistance off the line. In other words, the least water resistance that I can get. The jigs that are used for these sauger here are unique. They're heavy jigs. Naturally, you got to have them for the current, and most of them are handmade in this area. Now I'll dress this jig up with a Canyon mini jig on the back of it. This water is slightly stained, so I'm using a yellow and white mini jig with a treble hook run through the rear of the mini jig. Now all this looks like it may be complicated, but this is very necessary for your sauger fishing. Sauger will strike short most of the time, and all the natives and practically anybody that fishes for sauger uses this small treble hook tied off unto your trailer that you use here on the mini jig. And when the sauger strikes short, you'll get him with the little treble hook here. So that's very important. We're going to have some wind. We're going to have some wind today, and that's another reason for the light line. And always here, we use some Formula 1 fish formula on these sauger. Now, I think you've heard me mention before, I like to use this in any sport fishing that I do, whether it be bass, crappie, sauger, walleye. And to me, it adds to that extra 3 or 4 dozen fish that you'll catch in a day by using this. And you can see it fuses out here pretty good. You see it on the water. And it not only fuses on top of the water here where I sprayed it here like this, but it will do the same thing underneath the water. And I believe that these sauger goes by smell when they're feeding as well as sight. So I think that will add to my stringer of fish in a day's fishing. And I naturally will use that practically every time that I catch a fish to try to add to my stringer.
A slow up and down jigging motion, bumping the bait off the bottom, will almost always get results. Sauger can also be taken by trolling with diving baits. These fish are bottom feeders, and you'll seldom find them suspended. So if your bait is not fished right on the bottom, chances are you'll never catch one.
There he is. Come on up here. That's a good little sauger. Oh, he still don't want to come up. Look at that. Come here. Come here, boy. Come on here. Ooh. Hold that jig. Wow. You know, I'm glad those treble hooks were in there that time. How about that? For a nice sauger. Isn't that a dandy? Come on now, fish. Get your slack out of your line. There he is. He don't want to come up. Oh, looky here. Let up a little there. Let up a little. Watch you can shake that tail. Shake that head, would you? He is shaking. You know, I mentioned about this being a first cousin to a walleye. You see here on the dorsal fin, all these dots? A walleye just has one of those. And the walleye has a white place on her tail. And another thing, these sauger are much smaller. That don't mean they're not good eating, and they're tremendous fatters. See all the dots here on the dorsal fin. And the coloring. Usually, you can't go with that coloring 100%, but they're usually got a lot darker color and modelly color to them. I'm in a hurry. I've got to get back out there.
When Sauger congregate in big schools, the word gets out, and it's not long before fishermen are on the water to try their luck. Sauger like to school, and when you catch one, you can expect to find a lot more in that same area.
He don't want to come up. Oh, he's going everywhere. Come on, back up under here. I got him with both hooks. Both hooks. Be still there now, man. Here comes the showers again. Boy, have I got that one hooked. I got him under, over. I think I'm gonna have to have some pliers to get this one out. The hook went through twice. There's part of my jig down in there. I got both hooks down in him. One of them was down, the treble hook was down in his mouth. He's not gonna get away. That's the importance of that treble hook I was telling you about in the early part. Gotta straighten this part up. And we're getting some more showers, which really just makes fishing that much better. It's warm, so I don't mind if fish don't. In fact, I think those fish are wet anyway. They don't care whether I get wet or not. Look at it. Come up from there. Come on up. Listen to that drag. Don't you like to hear that? Don't you like to hear that? Come out from under there. Whoop, whoop. You can't go back under there. Oh, come here. Look at that. Look at that. He threw part of my jig off a trailer. I see I barely had that one. I've got him by the treble hook, and that's the value of that treble hook. Quit closing that mouth on that. Did he ever close it? When they get that in them, you usually reach for your pliers, which I'm going to do, because I got to get back out there. But first, I've got to get me a trailer. Ain't that a dandy? Ain't that a dandy? And that, I got to get me a trailer back on here. Get me a yellow one back there. So I've got every color. Go down through it here a little, bend it back, and take your treble hook, like I showed you before. Come up this way. I like to do it. Come up from the bottom, like that. See, just like I showed you. And that will stand up. And that's how you catch a fish like the last one I just caught there. You got the treble hook. That is some good Sauger rig right there. Rain, you just quit for a little while. Oh, this is the one I've been awaiting. Look at that drag. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. Oh. Would you believe he's under the boat and I can't get him out? The big one always gets away. Get back down there. He's back. I'll get him in a few minutes or next time I come.
You know, Natural Light's the beer with the taste for food. And it doesn't take much guessing to tell which food's my favorite. Now, Natural Light and I've got an offer that's going to help you catch those big bass. It's our latest book, Bass and Objects. It'll tell you exactly how, when, and where to catch plenty of bass. You'll also get my new Natural Light recipe book with ideas on how to cook them up. Plus this 6-pack of my favorite Strike King lures, buzz baits, spinner baits, and aquatic spoons. A 100-yard spool of DuPont strand, a knot book, and an 8-ounce bottle of new Formula 2 that attracts fish by scent. It's the secret of some of the best-known fishermen in the country. And to top it off, there's this handsome Natural Light cap and patch. Now here's how to order.
You can order this complete package, a retail value of over $50 for only $22.95 by calling 1-800-453-1983. Get this special offer from Bill Dance and Natural Light by calling toll-free 1-800-453-1983. That's 1-800-453-1983.
But off, there's this handsome Natural Light cap and patch. Now here's how to order.
You can order this complete package, a retail value of over $50 for only $22.95 by calling 1-800-453-1983. Get this special offer from Bill Dance and Natural Light by calling toll-free 1-800-453-1983. That's 1-800-453-1983.
To help you catch fish like these this year, the folks at Strike King are constantly improving their famous family of lures, like this new living rubber spinnerbait skirt that really looks different in the water, and this open loop line tie that finally eliminates line twist while providing twice the vibration of other spinnerbaits, or these individually hand-tied bootlegger jigs. There's also a brand new 1/8-ounce mini Buzz King, a lure that fishermen everywhere have asked for. Quality Strike King lures, now they're even better, and that's saying a lot.
This is some of the finest Sauger fishing in the wintertime that you can find. And one of the reasons for it is a generating plant here. It's operated by a TVA system. For the electricity in this area, the water here around this plant is some 10 degrees warmer. The reason for that is the discharges here in the area, and these Sauger like to come in here. One of the other reasons this thing was built here, you can see the coal operations here in the background. They unload coal here for the generating plant. These barges comes in here and ties up, and this operation is going on just about 12 months a year, the coal operating procedure here. At the present time, we're having mild weather and extremely lot of rain, and the river is rising quickly and got a stain on it, and these Sauger moves into this area here around the plant in big numbers, and you find some of the finest Sauger fishing, like I said, in the Mid-South here. Oh, that's a good one. He's gonna stay on the bottom. Come back here. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Come on up here, fish. Boy, that fish really thumped it. Come back here. Come on back here. Gotta get a hold of that jig. You know, I think I mentioned it once, but I'll mention it again. When these Sauger hits this jig, you'll feel just a slight thump. And you want to set the hook immediately, real quick. Any indication of a break off here, of a hit, you set the hook immediately on Sauger. Pop it to him pretty good. hear that drag come up here. Whoa, come back this way. Boy, he's going every direction down there. Look at that. Come on out of there. Come. Whoa, that's a good one. Come back here. Come on out from under there. Whoa, when he come all at once. Be still there, be still. Quit shaking that head. Yeah. Now those things, when I stuck that fish, he went just as far back under that boat, actually, probably all the way under. Look at that, what a tummy. You think him and I got a lot in common? Ain't that a dandy? That is a dandy. Get back out there. Now you notice, like I explained, you go all the way to the bottom with your jig till you see slack line like that. Get it nice, soft. Now you can vary this to the height of it, how fast you're ripping it up. But usually 99 times out of 100 they'll hit when it's falling. Come up from there. Listen to that drag. Don't you like to hear that? Don't you like to hear that? Come on. Come out from under there. Yes, you are. I'll make you try to break water here on me. Come on up here. Whoop. Airborne. Airborne Sauger. Whoop. Got to get that treble hook out from under there. And get him back down in there. And get that back out there. Liking to that. Missed him. Ah, he come back. Don't you like to hear that drag slip when you're down there? You're hearing this drag because I'm using a light line. Well, I can get the feel of that. And actually, you got to have that drag where it will slip. Look at this. Come on. Whoa, here. Come on back up here. Get a hold of that jig. Now, that's one of the things mentioned sometime when it hits short. Well, I think this juice will help you. They'll always come back. To me, they will. They'll add, like I said before, it'll add that extra fish or two, and that's what's important. Oh, that's a good pan-sized one right there. You notice all of them are good to me. Well, I could back up just a little bit. Just a little. Got to get right on them. Got to get on the spot. Fishing in this area here of the pool, you can literally catch fish. I might explain, I mentioned the discharge, but you can literally catch fish all in this pool here at the steam plant. You don't have to fish no particular place, although there's always, like any other place, there are hot spots at times, but you can literally catch fish out in here any place. The bottom, like I mentioned, it's an extremely hard bottom. He'll usually runs anywhere from about 15 to 20 foot deep. And you can literally catch fish out in it any place. I have before, and I saw other fishermen catch them all the way out in here. One thing I think I failed to mention, I mentioned earlier that this water is usually at least 10 degrees warmer, and that not only attracts these fish, but one of the big reasons is there are literally thousands of shad that comes up in here seeking that warm water, and naturally these sauger are going to find their bait supply right quick. I missed him. There he comes back. fish gets away. Get back down there. He's back.
This is Bill Jones. Like most of us these days, Bill works hard to earn a living. Every dollar counts big. Several years ago, he finished paying for a piece of property where he wanted to build. So what's the problem? First, mortgage money became scarce. Loans were just not available. Then building costs went up and up. Now it's interest rates. Paying 13 or 14% or more puts monthly payments out of sight. Is Bill's situation hopeless? No, it's not. Not by any means. Jim Walter Homes will build for you on your property to almost any stage up to 90% complete. And financing, only 10% annual percentage rate. A rate that most likely will cut your payments nearly $100 per month. Get complete details from Jim Walter Homes today. Call 1-800-237-2771. It's a free call. In Florida, 1-800-282-2789. Or call your local Jim Walter office.
Hang on, crappie. Notice me, I'm getting low. Golly. Wouldn't you like to catch a limit of them?
Well, you can do it, my friends, by using Rayo's favorite crappie lure, the Canyon Mini Jig. And they're available throughout the entire Mid-South now. Try them just once, and you'll see why Rayo always says
it's the best panfish lure I've ever used.
A lot of fishing reels wind up with backlash. Now there's one that won't. Magforce from Daiwa. Turn up the magnetic spool control, and backlash is just about impossible. Turn down the dial, and you're in control of one of the longest casting, most accurate bass reels anywhere. Get the Magforce anti-backlash system from Daiwa. It's the outfit that lets you tangle with your fish, not your line.
Rayo Breckenridge Outdoors has been brought to you in part by Ranger Boats, by Jim Walter Homes, building together to save you money, by Daiwa, committed to total quality, and by Red Man Chewing Tobacco, sponsors of the Red Man Tournament Trail. Cinesport also gratefully acknowledges these other sponsors that help make our show possible. We hope you've enjoyed Rayo Breckenridge Outdoors, and we invite you to join us again next week at this same time.